I thought it'd be fun to share this card that I'll be mass producing. It's going to be used for an upcoming swap and to give to my In Color Club and probably those who order from me within the first week when the catalog goes live. Now I've been experimenting. I tried using a circle and then I ended up with a nested essential die. So I kind of like this way that this die came out, but I do want to show you like this one as well. But what you're going to see in this tutorial is really how this pattern of friendship die works to get this effect. Okay? So my name is Kimberly Smith. I'm the paper chef. I'm a U.S. Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I will tell you that this week, you don't want to miss the live catalog launch. I'm not going to be able to go do a catalog walkthrough with you until Friday or maybe Saturday. But this coming weekend, and that's the only time I'll be able to go through this catalog page by page. So I can't open it yet. But May 6th, that would be Tuesday. This is going live, paperchef.stampinup.net. So you can get all of these new ink colors I'm sharing with you. Plus, you'll be able to get ribbons, embellishments, card stock. There is a joining special. I'll talk about that as well. But what I want to share right now is this really cool product and the ink colors that I do have. Now, I've experimented with this die. I really love the way it came out. I'm going to show you some cards. When you put some piece of paper down like this, it just this amazing pattern. The other side's pretty cool too, but it's like too many holes for me. I like this sort of indented pattern. So this is like a really cool effect that you're going to get from a die that is like better, in my opinion, than an embossing folder. All right, now let's just, I know it's late, I'm waiting for some to come on, and I'm just going to, and when you do come on, just say hi. I have my glasses today. I can actually say hi to you. The last live I did, I couldn't even say hi to you. I didn't have my reading glasses on. I'm surprised I made it through that tutorial in one piece. All right, so I see Gloria is here. Nice to see you, Gloria. What I'm doing is when you open up Seal Plus, it's an adhesive. You just go like this. You look at the Stampin' Seal Plus. You look at it so you can read it. And that way it's easier to just put the next one right in. The refill goes right in like this. Okay? And then you snap it together. That is that easy. And then I just, oops, throw this back in the bag. Good to go. It's a really cool adhesive. All right, first thing you need to do. Oh, let me say hi to the last couple who've come on too. I see them streaming on. Mary Novak from Jefferson, Wisconsin. Peggy Dickerson, one of my YouTube channel members. When you are a YouTube channel member and you take advantage of my offerings like my Designer Series Paper Share, In Color Club. Let's see. I'm making stickers. I've been really busy. Cardstock Share. Let's see. All the things. You get a discount. You know, for most of the things, you'll get a discount for being a channel supporter. All right, let's see what else. Who else is here? I'm just pulling out everything I need. All right, we have a bunch of channel supporters. We have Bonnie Blake is another YouTube channel supporter, a YouTube channel member, I should say. All you guys are supporters just by being here, which is awesome. But members, you can see their name. They have an icon next to their name. Like they have a little like purple ribbon is what I see. And Ginger Snap has one too, so I appreciate you being channel supporters. It means that your comments get highlighted in a really cool way. So I appreciate all of you. All right, so let's see. Take your card base. Okay, and that's already made for you. And it's going to be 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored by 4 1/4. Now, then you're going to take, and I've already done the next piece too. Then you're going to take this piece here, and you're going to make a layer like this. Okay. Now, don't do anything to this layer. Don't attach it like normal. This is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. I'll write this down for you. Now, then I was showing my mom my pieces, and she said, well, we made this card last week. Okay, we made all these cards. I'll share them with you. I'm copying my own design. It's called a panel card from last week from our card club. And I made these 1 5/8 like I originally did in my panel design. And she said, my mom said, you can't even see the blue color. I love when people are just so blunt. She was right. You couldn't see the cloud cover. So then I cut it down to 1 1/2. So now we're just going to trim these down. I already have these pieces sort of cut already. So let's see. We're going to make these 1 1/2. Let's see, by 3 3/4. So you're just going to get your trimmer. And these are all the new colors. We have Darling Duckling. We have Timid Tiger. We have Secret Sea, which is that dark blue one we use for the back. And we have Strawberry Slush. Let's see. Let's see if I missed anything. Timid Tiger, Strawberry Slush, Secret Sea, Darling Duckling, and Cloud Cover. Now, Cloud Cover doesn't have ink with it. Only demonstrators. Another reason to join Stampin' Up. If you join first day, you can get it, but no guarantee because they're going to not make the ink anymore. They're discontinuing the Cloud Cover ink, right? Because they couldn't get the formula exactly right, but I'm taking my chances and I'm buying it May 6th when it goes live. So only demonstrators can get the ink. So now you're going to take these 3 pieces. They're going to be 1.5 wide. And I cut these together. I always cut this part together, like whether I'm doing designer series paper, in this case cardstock, 3 3/4 inches. Okay, you just have to go back and forth a couple times, like so, to make sure you get it cut all the way through. Now you can do it shorter too. My mom thinks they should be shorter. I'll want to know what you guys think. She said to even show more blue, but I was just keeping them the way I had them before. So now we're going to take these 3 pieces. One side, when you cut them with the cardstock, one side does look like it has a little bit of a blade mark. So we're going to then put them onto our cloud cover. And, you know, with the back side, so the part with the little marks, you know, is on the back. So I'm going to use Seal Plus adhesive. You could use glue as well, but it'll ooze out when you die cut. Now I'm going to go ahead and start with the 2 edges. So I'm going to put this Strawberry Slush over here. Okay, let me show you what I'm doing so you can see it, the background. So you can see this is a darker piece. You can see it better when you have a little bit of contrast. I'm always talking about contrast. So you can really line it up nice and see that 1/4 inch mark over here like so. So I am going to be mass producing these. I probably plan on making about 50 of them. So that's what I'm showing you. I'm only at the beginning stage. I had this idea in my head. I told my team about it at my team meeting on Saturday. I said, I'm going to make this my card. And I really want to showcase the new ink colors. And I advise you to do it too. Visualize your card before you go make it. Visualize your card. Do it in your head. Like, what do you want to do with your card? How are you going to visualize? What products you're going to use? And then start making it. Then it makes it a lot easier. You're not sitting there with like, oh, what should I do? Just kind of in your head, get it in your head first. Then go just start making it happen with the materials. See, I tried different stamps already. I tried inking up with Strawberry Slush. I tried inking up with Timid Tiger. I tried using this stamp. I did all the experimentation, so you don't have to. Feel free to copy my card as is. You can case it. Okay, so case means, you know, in the card making world, copy and share everything. I mean, it's nice to give people credit if you remember where you got it from, but sometimes I got things like years ago, and this is the last piece. So notice how I'm going to just center this in the middle. Sometimes I got things years ago, and I credited them maybe years ago, and then I just sort of just kept doing it, making my own. It's like, for example, purses, little paper purses. I originally credited the person several times, and now I make them all the time. It's just one of the things I make, right? Okay, so there are your panels. Now, before we hear the panel. So, yeah, I mean, try to give people credit, but if you don't, like, I know I don't personally get my panties in a bunch. I'm not going to be like, they made my card and did it. I mean, I got bigger fish to fry. I'm not worried about it. I hope you guys do copy it or do something variation of this. Now, you guys want this die. My team member, Ann, was like, asking me about this die, and then she suggested I tried it both ways. This thing is amazing. It is like my new favorite die. I'm not kidding. It's called the Pattern of Friendship die. It's just one die. And when you buy the Pattern of Friendship bundle, you get one die and you get the stamp set 10% off. So I advise you to get it as a bundle. So first thing you want to do, I'm just going to put it that way. I'll talk about the die cutting sandwich, but first thing we're going to do is cut it. We're going to, not cut it, emboss it one direction. I'm going to put my paper, my panels face down. So let's do this. Let's talk about the die cutting sandwich. We have base plate number 1, which is your thick plate. Whenever you have a thin die, which is, it doesn't really feel like a thin die, but it is a thin die. You're going to use plate number 2, and it even gives you a little hint. When you use a thin die, you use plate number 2. You must do this because if not, it'll just kind of loosey-goosey go through the machine. Then you want to use one plate number 3. Okay, down. On plate number 3. So far we have 1, 2, 3. Then you want to put the die face up. Okay, I'm going to do it this way first. It just made it easier for me. Using the lines up and down. Now you want to put your paper face down on the die, like so. Okay, and it's nice because you can line it up really easily because there's lines on it. Now, if you want, one more step would be, painter's tape, which I plan on using painter's tape because I don't want to risk having my card move, especially all the work I'm doing, right? Hey, Karen Buttery's here. So she's on day 12 post-surgery and after breaking your ankle. Oh no, I saw the gift basket someone sent you. I'm glad that you're still crafting, but I'm sad that you hurt your ankle. But hey, the fact that you're still watching my videos, hey, I appreciate you being here. Okay, Phil, nice to see you. Phil from Florida. Gloria made a good point about the cloud cover. Yes, the cloud cover. She's saying with the cloud cover ink that's missing from our bundle, this is what people are planning on doing. They are planning on using the marker, which I don't think works very well. I mean, it works well for like touching up, but it's not going to work well for your stamps as much. Or purchase the re-inker, which is a bottle. I don't have it yet. Just show you what one looks like. No one was allowed to get the re-inkers yet. They look like this. So you could buy the cloud cover re-inker, and then you can get yourself an uninked stamping spot. These are these little felt stamping spots. The ink does not interact with the felt. It only interacts with the foam. So this is foam. Okay, that's foam. And then we also have felt. Felt's like the cloth, and it doesn't interact with that. So you can make yourself a little baby cloud cover. I do plan on doing that. All right, anywho, I'm taking my chances in buying it on day one. And hopefully I got one of the ones, 50% of them will work or whatever. 50% of them maybe not. Anyway, then you're going to put plate number 3. I'm having 5 conversations with myself. Okay. We are going to crank it through. Now, this is a little tight, and I understand if you have arthritis, you might not be able to do this. Just saying. So it might not work for you. You might have to use electronic die cutting machines, in which case you can feed it through and use electronic die cutting machines. All right, watch this. This is the magic. I'm going to peel the tape off. Now, the tape it can rip your cardstock, so I should have put a little bit on my on my shirt first to get some lint, right? Because it's sticking to the cardstock. But what I had to do to get this off is I had to use my take your pick tool to get this off because it really just goes right into the plate, right? But I'm just going to be loving this. I can't wait to show you this. This is like the best thing ever. I mean, what gets better? What gets better than this is we're going to turn it the other way and do it again. I just love this. It's so crazy. Hi, Janet. Nice to see you. Yep, you guys are like buying this. I know what you're saying. All right. Let's see who else came in. Deborah is here from New South Wales, Australia. All right, what you're going to do now is you're going to take this, leave the die like it is, and just turn the paper. That way it keeps you like knowing which way you already had it. So now you can actually see the ridges too. So now we're going to turn it this way. Now, I think my I have some low-tech tape that would work a little better. I don't know what happened to my low-tech tape, but it would work a little better than this painter's tape, which kind of rips my paper. I'm just going to risk it and try to, hey, hopefully it goes straight. Now, if your plates start getting bent, then start turning your plates different ways too, because sometimes your plates get bent from the friction and the heat of your machine. So I'm just going to turn this one this way, and hopefully it stays straight. And you're going to crank it through again, and you're going to have the pattern. And then you're going to sing. Then you're going to sing because you're going to be like, I can't believe I just transformed my paper like this. I mean, so cool. So everybody that gets this, because I have a feeling not many people, like I saw this die and thought it was the ugliest thing in the world in the catalog. I'm not going to lie. I keep it straight. I was like, why? And then I bought it to like, not even being sure if I was going to use it. And then my team member Ann was asking me about it. Oh, what do you know, how does it work and da-da-da. And so I started demoing it. Well, first I had to go get it, and then I had to like demo it. And then she's like, why don't you turn it the other way? We were doing a live demo the other day, and I turned it the other way, and I'm like, oh, I absolutely love it. So that's how it works. Okay, and then I experimented with like what would look good on a card like this, a panel card. So like I said, my mom told me to put the bigger gaps. So we're doing the 1.5 inch pieces. I tried this and I was like, it needs ribbon and stuff. I tried inking with the darting duckling. Then the darting duckling was on top of the darting duckling and it didn't really contrast. So then I needed but then I tried inking with these colors, the Timid Tiger and the Strawberry Slush, and they were just way too dark. And then I tried tricolor, and then I was like, I'm not feeling it. And I was like, it needs ribbon, but we can't buy the in color ribbon right now, right? We can't buy the in color ribbon. So yeah, what if we put on the diagonal? Oh, let's try that next. I shall try diagonal, Bonnie Blake. As soon as we finish this card, I write the measurements. I will try diagonal for you. That is a great idea. So anyhow, I tried different things, and I ended up with like, let me do a horizontal because I don't want to wait for the ribbon. Now, on day 1, May 6th, I will already have half of these cards made, you know. In a couple days, I will have to. So I'm not even going to wait for the ribbon. There is going to be in color ribbon, and I could put it behind there and all this business, but I didn't want to have to like wait to do these cards because I'm leaving next week. So I need these done by next week. So it's like, no, my ribbon won't be here by next week. So and so I'm going to put Strawberry Slush first. So put your card like that. Now you can mount this on, and you saw I used Seal Plus adhesive. You can use glue. So basically I need these done. I also was hoping I can get my 3D swaps done as well. And, you know, I'm probably going to go back to one of the 3D things I make all the time. And, you know, go for that. Okay, so here we go. So that's that now. We're going to take, okay, what I said is we're going to take the Nested Essentials dies. So I had the medium size. Okay, medium meaning there's a bunch of Nested Essentials dies, but you want a horizontal die because it already has stitching, which goes really well with this panel card. But you don't want the tiny one because that would get lost in the card unless you do have ribbon. Like I said, in the future, I will use ribbon for this card, right? I will use like some in color ribbon behind it, maybe for my in color club by the time I get to that. By the time I send out my in color clubs. But for the first round, they're getting it like that. See, this is the die. So if you have these Nested Essentials dies, the big die is going to drown your card out. It's not going to feature your in colors, right? It's going to hide your in colors too much. The medium, well, actually there's more than this size, but try to use like the size that sort of doesn't drown out your thingy-majigs. All right, now let's ink up. So you're going to take like I said, this was too dark. These two were too dark to use as inkers. So we're going to use the Darling Duckling. And normally I take my sticker from the back, right? And I stick it right there so you can see it during my videos. I just haven't done that yet. And look, there's a piece of lint. So, you know, just going to do it this way. But this is Darling Duckling. And then I'm going to use I'm going to use one of my yellows, the blending brushes, right? Now you're going to tap on, it's very inky because it's a brand new ink pad. So you're going to tap some onto your glass mat or your silicone mat, and you're going to like ink up the edges a little bit. Okay, and this is going to be really cool because it's going to contrast with the color you put it on. See how you're going to, you have the Darting Duckling here, but you're putting Darting Duckling here and here to contrast over the top of the Strawberry Slush and the Timid Tiger. So we'll go ahead and do a couple of those. Tap, tap, tap. Actually, I'm not even worried about stamping because stamping is so easy and I could do that part last. But I am getting all of this embossing done this week. Like that's the part that's like, as you can see, it's harder. All right, so let's do this. I'm thinking when we do the experiment with the diagonal, I'm not going to actually, I'm going to do it with these pieces, the little pieces. I don't know, because I don't think, can we do it with this? No, this is not going to fit as a diagonal, right? But I can fit the smaller pieces as diagonal. So we're going to try the smaller pieces because I have like I bought 2 of each pack. And actually, I bought 2 of each pack of cardstock. Plus, I bought the multi-packs of cardstock as well. So for the in colors. So I have a lot. Now we're going to use Secret C. It's the in color, right? And we're going to use the Joy and Laughter stamp because from this Pattern of Friendship, it's the one that goes, like this is good too. Friends are the family you choose for yourself. But I just like this part with the happy little letters. Joy and Laughter is very happy and bold. And I wanted to use that. I didn't want to use Happy Birthday because this one, and the person can use the card right away because the sentiment is so cool. So we're going to, I've already done this. I've already inked it up. Actually, here, we'll use these scraps as diagonals. They're already good because they're the wrong size. Anywho, we could try those scraps. All right, back to this. Again, I'm having several conversations with myself. Someone's going to use this video and take it out of context. Okay, this. So what happened is, I'm going to give you a hint though too. One of these, like we're just going to take a Hobby Lobby gift card. What happened is, I got these inks and they're so juicy and it made my stamps go like that. And then it like ended up looking kind of funky. So we're going to, just to get a lot of extra ink off when you first get a stamp, right? Look at that extra ink. You can just, you know, use a credit card, an old gift card, which I save for my gift card holders and my gift card tutorials. See, that comes out way better. So if your ink pad's too juicy, just do that. Now it's only going to last for 5 minutes. Oh yeah, look at that beautiful crisp image. Oh! Okay, gonna break glass. Because if you wait a few minutes, it'll get juicy again. As the ink fills back in the little crevices and, but look how nice that came out. So if you're getting this, like this blob of ink on your stuff, and it's just not like, what I mean by blob, see how the blob, look at the way the M came out earlier, and you could just see the blob coming off the side. It shouldn't do that. It just means there's too much ink. It's a perfect stamp. I mean, we make great quality stamps, right? But it was the ink that I had to slide off with the credit card. And then I just take it and I just, you know, wipe that old, you know, card off. That Hobby Lobby card is long used up. Can you imagine me having a Hobby Lobby card with any credit on it whatsoever? I don't think so. We use them up right away when we get them. All right, back to this. Let me just dry this off. You can dry it with your shirt. I did wear this to church today. I hope I don't get like all this stuff on me. Oh, so I couldn't come on live last night because there's these like email chains going around, and I realized, oh my gosh, the bake sale. You know, it's one of those things like the people in my church, we don't have like a little WhatsApp group. We just email each other. And it was like, reply all. We need stuff for the bake sale. We need more baked goods. Well, my mom's hasn't been up to it. She hasn't been able to bake. She's the one that does all the baking for the bake sale. So my sorry butt went to Dollar General and had to get like, you know, brownie mixes, 6 or 7 brownie mixes. And I did like a chocolate cake mix mixed in with the 6 or 7 brownie mixes, 5 or 6 brownie mixes, whatever. And I made like cake-like chocolate brownies with fudge. They were really good, but it was like funny. I had to make them. I didn't finish baking until midnight. So that's what I was doing last night. Making some sad brownies. Not sad, but sad compared to my mom's homemade stuff. It worked out well, though. You know, we raise hundreds of dollars for things in our church when we have bake sales. So everybody donates all the stuff for the bake sale. And then you basically just, they sell it for whatever, you know, different amounts. We had key lime pies, and we bought stuff too. We bought like blueberry muffins, and I mean, it was very cool. So anyway, I couldn't come on live. So that's the card. Now you got to add some bling to it. So check out the bling. I used 5. Now I use odd numbers. These are the little new in color bling dots. I think what I'm going to do is 2, 2, and 1, because they just sort of landed in a random style, and I'd rather kind of like make them more systematic. So I have these dots, and I've already taken apart. So some of you guys are going to get your In Color Club a little early, and some won't get it till a little later, because in this month's In Color Club, not In Color Club, I'm sorry. In this month's Card Club, you're going to get some In Color dots. You're going to get some new papers. It's going to be very cool, the stuff. So these are the In Color dots. Now let me just I'm going to grab something, show you what. So I'm sending out, so some of you guys might get your Card Club soon, some of you get it later. Here are the papers we're featuring in Card Club this month, the month of May. New papers, Floral Impressions, Floral Garden Foils. So this is a new online exclusive. This is a new online exclusive. Look at this awesome, awesome paper. This is a new catalog item, Florals in Bloom, a new catalog paper, and Brushed Silver and Gold. I always put specialty papers in there. So we got 2 new things. These 2 are already out there. They're out there now. The botanical textures and the woven textures. You're going to get some of this as your free little gifty thing. I always put something in there. A little scalp treat box, scalp card. And you're getting these In Color gems and some Starburst something or other, which I also think are new. Starburst sequins, I'm pretty sure they're new too. I'm not sure if they're new, but I only have a couple packs of them, so I'm not sure if I was limited or I just didn't get enough, but I have to order some more of those. These I was limited to 2 packs, but aren't those cool? So you're going to be able to make the card I'm showing you. You know, or you're going to be able to have like the, you know, I'm sorry, you're able to use these new in color dots. So thank you, Karen. Oh no, the trip I'm going on is not a cruise. It's at a hotel. So hi, Lynn. Nice to see you. Lynn McFarlane is here. All right, let's see. Leslie, Outback Stamping. Nice to see you again, Leslie. All right. Okay. So Karen loves Secret Sea color. It to me looks like black almost. Okay. Anywho, let's put some of these dots on here. Shall we? Let's put some in color dots. We're going to put 5 and I'm going to do 2, 2, and 2. So always think of contrast. So you're going to go like this. So you're going to go, okay, like here. This one might be, let's see. It's here. It would go really good there. So because it's contrast. It's the strawberry slush. I'm going to put it on the darting duckling. And then I'm going to take one of these Secret Sea, and I'm going to put it over here. And next to the Secret Sea, I think I'll put one of these little yellow darting ducklings. See, so I have 2, and that's 3. And I'm going to put 2 down here somewhere. Okay, I think that would look better than, we'll do cloud cover. I'm going to try to use all the big and medium ones. We'll put a cloud cover down there. And what do we still have? A timid tiger, but that's not going to contrast. So let's see. Well, we'll just put it down here. It's okay that it's not together. Those 2 will be together and these 3 will be random. So that just adds a little extra bling and bling something to it, right? But always make sure like you don't put the timid tiger on top of the timid tiger or the cloud cover. I probably should have moved this guy. If it will move without staining it, I can try to, if it does rip it, I'll move it back. Hey, I can move it. I'm going to move it down here. I'm going to put like 2, 2. I just think it looks better in little 2, 2, and 1. Okay, sometimes when you lift it up, though, you make a hole there, and then you just leave it. Then you put it back down. Then you're like, I'm sticking it back down. So that is my swap card. Let's rate the measurements. I hope you like that. And this month's card club is featuring those little gems. This month's card club is called Blooming Phrases. So we're using new paper, new gems. You're getting strawberry slush card base. You're also getting a Secret Sea card base. So you're getting in color. You're getting 2 in colors of the 4 cardstock colors. You're getting a couple new papers. You're getting some new gems, and then I think you're getting Petunia Pop ribbon. Yeah, this ribbon. Then my mom puts all the ribbons on here for me. Petunia Pop and Basic Beige. So anyway, so that's just a little sneak peek of that, and I'm going to show you the cards we made in Card Club. All right, so but for this card. We used this card for Card Club this month, or last month. Okay, so we're going to say friend. Oh, that doesn't work very well. All right, we're going to use this pen. Pattern P-A-T-T. Pattern of Friendship. So this is a Pattern of Friendship bundle. Okay, we will experiment after this. I like to put a bow on it, wrap up the 1 tutorial, and finish up what I'm doing, and then I can show you some experimentation. So your card is going to be 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. That is very common. We do this all the time. Yada yada yada. You know, I just call it my horizontal card. Okay, so that's what that looks like. We're going to use Secret Sea for that. Now we're going to put the layer 1 is going to be cloud cover. And that just look better as the background, right? So that's going to be layer 1. And it's going to be 5 1/4 times 4 inches. Again, cut your cardstock, layer 1, using cloud cover, and you're going to cut it 5 1/4 by 4. The next layers are going to be your panels. This is a panel card. And they are going to be, they're going to be called layers 2, 3, and 4. So you're going to cut 3 of them exactly the same. And they're going to be 3 3/4 times 1.5 inch. Now, they differ from the card we made last week because these that we made last week were 1 5/8 inch. So just so you know, that's the difference. These were an extra eighth of an inch. But these, my mom said don't do that because she said that they look better. And these are the rest of the colors. Strawberry, Slush, and Darling Duckling, and Timid Tiger. So those are your 3 colors in that order. It looked better to put this one in the middle because it was lighter. I would have normally put the colors in the order that they come out, but the lighter one looked better in the middle. And then the ink is going to be, you can take a screenshot, ink is going to be Secret C. And we're still using the Pattern of Friendship and Darling Duckling to ink up the edges. So Pattern of Friendship die, Pattern of Friendship stamp set. And if I get inspired, I would put these measurements, or at least I'd put the products I used on the back, of the card when I put it in a bag. And you put your business card, et cetera, in there. All right, so let's put this here and take your screen. Let me just clean up a little bit because I know you guys are going to say, this girl has such a messy craft room. And to that I say, okay, and your point being, all right, let's do it. There you go, take a screenshot. Okay, now we're going to see what this looks like at a diagonal when we use the Pattern of Friendship die. Okay, that's what we're going to do next. And then I'm going to show you the cards. Then I'm going to clean up my hands a little bit. Then we'll show you the cards. Yes, I want to do my 3D. Lynn, my mom went to church with me and everything. She's doing okay. She's using a walker to get around. She's doing okay. She just isn't up to like baking and all the things. She's just not up to doing all the things she used to do. Like I asked her, to do a couple things and she was like, What happened is my sister came and stayed with her for a month and waited on her hand and foot. And it made us all look bad. Because now she won't do a lot for herself anymore. It's like, wait a minute, you were completely independent, but I know she did break her back. So, I'm not saying that's... So I guess you'd have to make sure you have the angle the same. So if you're going to do that, I would say maybe a trick could be... Anyway, she's doing much better. Like, I'll put a little line there is what I would do just to get the angle right. Maybe, or you're going to do a couple of them maybe at the same time. I don't know. I haven't tried this yet. But if you're going to do it, get your angles right so that... Here, let's see if we can't get them all 3 in there. 1.5 inch pieces. Because if we can, that would be cool. Oh, yeah, look at that. Now, these weren't the same height, but I'll tell you what... I could tell you what... They fit perfectly. So whatever this is, this might be a new card idea. Because those 3 leftover pieces I had fit on here perfectly. So we'll measure them in a moment. I'm just looking for the top card plate is what I'm looking for. Card plate. Here we go. Or not card plate, cutting plate. All right, we're going to crank it through at an angle and see how these come out. All right, and let's find a piece. We'll just put them on top of here to look at them. Okay, we need that, this thing again. The party to take your pick tool because these get really embedded on there. Oh, they came out great. What a great idea. Awesome idea. I love this. I'm actually going to just put these on a cloud cover background to see what they look like. Because then I could tell my mom, look, we used your smaller pieces. Because she told me, like I told you, she told me my pieces were too big. You can imagine where I get it from. We just state our opinions. Like, about everything. Just right away. Okay. Oops. Okay. So we're going to take that. And we're going to take this. And we're going to just mount them on there. But before that, I'm going to measure. Oh, I love that. This might be even easier for my swap. I don't know, you guys. We'll mount it and see what you guys think. Because this might actually be easier than the one I've been making. Where I go back and forth twice. Because you don't need to go twice on that one. All right, let's do this. put it there. I'm looking for the Seal Plus. That's the old one. All right. We're going to mount this. And I'm not even going to do the background. I'm not going to emboss the background right now. Just trying. I'm going to leave the background as is just to see what it looks like. I like how my background's mounted all with it. But this, remember, we can't do the background because this is too big. Meaning, you can't do this at an angle, I'm saying. It's not that you can't do the background, but you can't do the whole thing at an angle. You'd have to have it like straight. So for this one, I'm going to try to see what it looks like. And then you guys can tell me if you like this better with the angle. Because it sure would save me time. But I know I did the other one crisscross. Okay, before I mount this, I need to see what size paper this was. So it was still 1.5, I believe. Let's see. It was 1.5 times 3.5. Okay, let's write this down. Okay, we're going to say or. Okay, I'm just writing it right there. Because if you do this 3.5, then you have the option of putting all 3 of these. Oops. Come on, blade. Go back to... Okay. The nice thing about doing it was I used that as my guide, right? As the right angle I was putting it at. And I was able to put all 3 of these on this at the same time, which is important. Because you want to be able to put them on there at the same time, or you're going to be like creating extra work for yourself. Oh, I'm liking that. I'm wondering if I could even do one at a... I'm trying to see if they're all going the same. Well, it don't really matter which way because they're all kind of... Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. They even connect. If you do them right, they'll look like they connect like a picture. The way that, like, see how these two fit together? Oh, that's cool. But this, like, they would have fit together if I don't remember which order I cut them in. But anyway, you could take care about the way you cut them so that the way that you die cut them goes the same order on the paper. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so for this kind, I would not have to emboss the background. I would still get the benefit of having all the ink colors highlighted. I would be able to do what my mom said, with like showing more of the blue, because this is only 3.5 instead of 3 3/4. And now we're going to mount that on there. We're going to do the other sentiment I already had and see what we like better. We got to add the bling, so we're not comparing apples and oranges here. We're going to put it in the same order. Strawberry slush first. Okay, we still got our same card piece. Cloud cover, 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, we're going to take the other one of these. Take the, let's see, looking for... Okay, there's not many dimensionals left, are there? Let's put that. I know I have some more dimensionals somewhere. Where are my dimensionals? Oh, these are a hot mess. What in the heck happened to these? This is what happens when I open the drawer 50 times a day. Okay. I try to keep everything right near me so that, like, when I doing videos, I'm never... like all my adhesive is right close by and all my tools. But now it's like this one's a hot mess. All right. And that's like that. Okay. I'm glad we stamped 2 of those at once so we didn't have to do that part together. All right. We're going to take Timid Tiger. Okay, come on. Come on, Timid Tiger. All right. I'm just trying to see where it'll go. Okay, up there. We'll put this guy over here. We'll do 2. That one and this one. Whoops. 2 over here. All right, let's see. I might put another one over here. See, I'm gonna see if this would look good. Oh yeah. Okay, so we got 2 and 2, and then I think I'm gonna do this cloud cover. I always like to use odd numbers. Just kind of see where it goes. Yeah, and on that line. All right, so the question is, do you like the crisscross applesauce? You know, you could tell I'm a teacher, right? Where you emboss the background with it all together, like you saw, you know, turning it, or do you like it better this way, the new way? Okay. Or, you know, some combination thereof where I would like emboss the cloud cover separately, but that would be a lot of work. This one's a lot less work, actually, honestly. So I will see what you guys say. So you could say A or B, 1 or 2, first or second. I mean, however you guys want to, you know. So, okay, Lynn said I'm not fond of ugly duckling, but it's not ugly duckling. It's darling duckling. Don't call it ugly. It's darling duckling. Oh my gosh, she's calling the poor color ugly, and it's not an. Actually, if you want to know ugly, then let's talk wild wheat, right? That looked like baby's barf. I could not wait for that color to retire. Yeah, Donna fetches. Thank you, Donna. You're like, don't forget to measure them. I know, because once you glue them, it's hard to measure them, right? Yeah, no, everybody has different tastes, though, right? But Lynn, I totally understand what you're saying about like you don't like something, you know, that someone else might love that color. But to me, strawberry slush is my favorite out of all these. It's just the happiest color, and I like brights, so that's my happy color. Hello, B. Pre, nice to see you. Okay, so second. I got Phil saying second, Peggy saying second, Donna saying both. Okay, both. Be pre. Okay, so we got second and we got both. So I might do like the reason I like this one myself personally, I'm still liking the first one better, even though it's more work because the wow factor. Someone's gonna go, oh my gosh, how did you do that? What product is that? I didn't know we had that product. What is she using? What's the tool? They got to look on the back and go, oh, that's this like ugly dye we saw. Like, how does that do that? So I kind of like that for the wow factor, but I like this one for the simplicity of it. I actually like how this shows more cloud cover. So I'm probably going to do some of each, but for my swap, I'll probably stick with the first one for my swap, but I might change up. I'm thinking I might go with this size paper though, right? Still do the crisscross applesauce thing. Still do the crisscross. Right, where you got the, you know, paper going both ways. But I think I'm going to cut it 3.5. I'm liking the 3.5 better. So my mom was right about that. I love the diagonal. I actually like the diagonal better than the crisscross. But the problem is I can't do the whole background. And I want to do the background with it, like, for the wow factor. So I do like both of these. And I thank you for whoever had the diagonal suggestion. You can't do both ways on, well, you could do both ways on the diagonal on each piece. You could do both ways on each piece on the diagonal. But you just can't fit the background card base. Anyway, I do recommend you take your tape off here because if you keep leaving it on as you roll it through, it'll get stuck. All right, let me show you what we made with Pattern of Friendship. I just want to wipe my hands and see these little things down here. If I don't put them in my little basket and I start showing you cards, then they end up all over, ink gets all over my stuff. So let's see. Hopefully I got all that. Oh, I used my shirt already to get that all off, didn't I? All right, so today you learned more about the Pattern of Friendship bundle that we've been using many times on this channel. We've already had a few hours of tutorials, so this is the last hour. So this has been like 4 hours of tutorials just on this bundle. You could tell I love, you know, getting deep into things. Just like when I do a workshop, it's like I get very deep into things. So here's what we made last week. Was it last month? Last month, this was the, you know, they featured, you guys voted for it, the featured card club stamp set, Pattern of Friendship. So here's what we actually made them using the Floral Delight. And these are called panel, I just call them panel cards. Designer series paper, 3 pieces. The difference is they're 1 3 3/4 by 1 5/8. And we used some gingham on there. And I just love that Floral Delight paper. We used old olive card bases. And there's another one just with the cute little happy background with some rhinestones. And then when I messed up this and I got it at an angle, I cut this, made it into a rectangle, and then you have this one. Bestie, you bring joy and laughter to my life. And my niece liked this one the best and made this for her bestie friend. So, and there's a little piece of ribbon behind there. Now these cards are also Floral Delight. Ribbon tied around the background and a layer of that gingham vellum with the floral that goes with the Floral Delight. And that was Lolly, Lolly, Lolly. The name of the die is, this die is just called Pattern of Friendship. That's the name of the die because that's the name of the stamp set. Which, I don't know how the stamp set got buried, but it was, honestly, it was just right here. Did it fall? I honestly don't know how I lose things so quickly. We are using the Pattern of Friendship. I mean, I had it as part of the introduction. Here it is, here it is. Here, this is the die. The die is the name of the stamp set. This is the bundle. Don't ask me why they bundled these together, but these two come as a bundle, save 10%. Pattern of Friendship die, Pattern of Friendship stamp set. And somewhere is a case for that. Okay, back to the cards. These cards used Lovely Garden. Okay, Lovely Garden DSP. So not only did we use a lot of flowers in April, we're using a lot of flowers in May. So these are the cards we made. It's the same card as this card. See the panels, you can notice the panels, recognize them. Turn it this way. See, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel. Use different products, use different ribbons, use different ink colors, right? And different things that coordinate. And you will have a whole different look of a card, even though these are the same cards. You don't always have to come up with new designs all the time. Use the designs I've already shared with you and just make new cards with it. We're using new products and then a birthday card. I'm kind of liking the one with it's down further. Kind of highlights the flowers better. So those are the cards there. And then again, more Pattern of Friendship cards. All right, so that is what we made. Now then, and then I said that was the April card club. And then this is going to be my swap card. And then if I say the word incentive trip, which I'm going to say, because I'm bringing this to my incentive trip, then I have to say only 1% of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators achieve the incentive trip. I appreciate all of you guys for helping me achieve the incentive trip. And the results are not typical for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators to earn that trip. It is just something I have to say as a disclaimer. Okay, it's a direct sales disclaimer. Let's see, what else was I going for? Oh, and then in the month of April, I was saying that we vote, you guys vote. And you vote on the stamp sets. And you voted on, that was the month of April. I'm sorry. This was the month of April. You voted for the Pattern of Friendship. I'm still going to keep using it. I will even use it in the next month. But this is, this Blooming Phrases is the May. This is what you voted on for May. So that's why I'm giving you more floral paper. So in the May kit, you're going to get Floral Impressions and Floral Garden, Floral Garden Foils. I don't have a lot of this stuff yet, so I'm not sending out all my card clubs. Next weekend, I'll be mailing out the card clubs. Then I'm going on a trip. And then I won't be doing these tutorials till the end of the month. But I'm just letting you know, if you want to sign up, you have to sign up by the 10th of the month. Florals in Bloom, you're going to get this new paper. And some specialty paper. This paper's not new back here. This paper is. These two are online exclusives coming out May 6th. This is coming out in the catalog May 6th. And these are already available now, online exclusives. You're just getting a small sampling of this. 6 pieces of the botanical textures and 4 pieces of woven textures because we're not actually using them in the cards. This is just a free little gifty. We may just like play around with the background ones, but we're using these for the cards. And you're getting some new embellishments, the new in color embellishments. I'm going to be ordering more on Tuesday. You're getting some ribbons. You're getting some Secret Sea card bases, some Strawberry Slush card bases, Bubble Bath, and Misty Moonlight. Those are the 4 colors we're using. Now, for next month, if you haven't voted yet, this is the one that's winning for the month of June for the card club. It's a new stamp set coming out, Feathered Fun. So if you're thinking about what to get on May 6th, when the catalog goes launch, this is a reversible stamp set. And I haven't even played with it yet. So I do hope you guys do vote because, this is going to be cool. And then we'll use, if this is the one, which I'm pretty sure it's going to win, look how big these stamps are. First of all, they're gorgeous. Secondly, it'll probably work with our scan and cut as well because look at these clean outlines. Third, we can use any sentiments we want. So we could still go back to Pattern of Friendship. We could still go back to Blooming Phrases, and we can use any sentiments we want with this, which makes the card club even more creative because we'll be using like lots of different products. Okay, let's see. Finally, this is the online exclusive release. It's a little paper that shows you all the product. Well, not all the products, but some feature products. This is that paper that you're getting. I was only able to get a couple packs of it, so it's not like I'm going to be getting some more stuff May 6th, but we're going to, get your card club kits out as fast as we can. This is the Floral Impressions paper and what it looks like. And this is some other stuff coming out. Look at how cool that die is. That big circle. So this is called Impressions of Bloom Bundle. And then foiled frame labels, frames and labels ephemera pack coming out with gold. Some special strawberry slush and pretty and pink gems. Pressed flowers embossing folder. Okay, so there's a bunch of online exclusives coming out. Now, if you're like, I got to get all of it. I want it all. I want it all. You could consider a starter kit because on May 6th till 31st, I hope I wrote that. Here, let's bring this closer. From May 6th to 31st, you can get $165 worth of products for only $99, and you get free shipping. So if you want $99 or more worth of products, say you wanted $98 worth of products. Let's just say, for example, you would have to pay 11% shipping, and you'd be like, okay, but I only want $98 worth of products. Well, that's still dumb because you're paying 11% shipping, right? So if you're getting $99 or more of products, you could get free shipping. And you instead just pick out $165 worth of products. Who doesn't want an extra $66 of products for free and free shipping and an extra, let's see, a paper pumpkin kit, a past paper pumpkin kit? Then you start getting a 20% discount. So, it's okay if you've been on my team before and you want to rejoin again. You're allowed to rejoin again. My sister's probably joining for her 4th time next week. She's like, I'm going to join on the 6th. I'm like, okay. I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it, but she's joined my team several times. It's okay. It's fine. You could get the discount. I hope you stay around. I hope everybody stays around and becomes part of my team. I've had several members of my team who just had their 5-year anniversary, and I've been at this for like 7 years. So I have team members who've been with me for like 5 years. I've been doing this as a business for like several years now. So yeah, so please consider joining Stampin' Up! And getting this discount. And that's special. We only have specials like this once in a while. Like during Celebration, we have a cool special. And during a catalog launch, May 6th to 31st. So, take advantage of that. And then if you just want to know what to get, this is something good to get. Feathered Fun, because I'll feature it either way. Blooming Phrases. And I will tell you that I'm going to be featuring notes and totes for my next workshop and bingo. Okay, I know my voice trailed off. I went away from the microphone. This is the one I'm going to feature. I'm not doing a workshop in the month of May because we just did one on Ocean Friends. We just did Ocean Friends. We had a little fun time with that. I'll probably still keep playing with this one. But we're gonna take a little break, and then we'll do notes and totes for bingo and for the next workshop. So it'll be something this summer, thinking June and July. Okay, so that's going to be our next workshop. All right, so that's all for now. Let's see if anybody else came in and any of them are comments. All right. We got more votes. Hello, Paulette Jurgensen. Nice to see you. Hello, Gwen Jackson. And, we got more votes. We got vote for number 1 from Gwen. We got a vote for number 2 from Karen. Hey, don't worry about being late. It's always just watch the recording. Okay, both ways on diagonal you want to see. Okay, we'll show you that real quick. Wild Wheat was way past ugly. Lynn and I both agree, yes. The 3.5 looks nice too. Okay, so Peggy likes 3.5. The name of the die, we answered that. Will the card fit on the die diagonally? No, it will not. The card won't fit on the die diagonally. It like the edges hung off of it, right? So the edges hung off, but we're going to do a crisscross. We're going to see what size we can put at the diagonal that won't hang off. And then we'll do that, and then so that'll be our wrap up because we're going to cut this. We're going to look at the die. And let's grab everything we need for the diagonal. Experimentation. I love when you guys make me experiment. It's very fun. Okay, so we're going to go like this. And we're going to find the piece. I just had it. Here it is. So this doesn't fit like that. And it might fit like that. So we got to cut it down. So we're going to cut it. We will try. And every time I try, I have to cut it off evenly. Okay, I got to find the blade that fell out. So we know 5 1/4 doesn't fit, but we could try, 5 by 3 3/4. We'll try that. Okay, no. I mean, it does. I mean, technically it fits at an angle, but that's not a good angle. We want a good angle. Okay, so let's try 4 3/4 by 3 1/2, right? Because we want it to still be in proportion. Okay, now that's a good angle, right? So that's a good angle. I mean, you could even do it like, this. But I would say, I would even go if I want a really good angle. Okay, what are we up to? We have 3 and 4. We're gonna try 4.5. Now this could be your second. This wouldn't be your background layer. This could be your next layer. 4.5 by 3.25. Okay. Okay, now we have a good angle. Not only do we have a good angle, we can kind of like know where we put it. But what I like to do, still, this is just my own opinion, like always put like a piece of tape or something if you're going to be doing many, many things because you want the consistency. So like that could be where I'm going to put the paper. So that's my angle. All right, so let's try it. We're going to do crisscross. We're going to do angle. We're going to do it both directions. Okay, we're going to put this there, put that there, and roll it through. What did I forget? I forgot one of the plates. My table ate one of my plates. Okay, we'll put that. There's one of the plate number 3. Okay. My craft table eats things. All right, let's see. You gotta put that there. Push that in. Put that in. All right. Cranking it through. All right, we're going to give it a looky-loo. We got to get our little, we're going to get a card base out, and we're going to get this. And then what I would do is use some of the in-color paper, some of the in-color, designer series paper. And you could use that as a background before this layer. Oh, that came out nice. Really nice. Okay, now let's do it at the other angle. So I'd want a different border, either another in-color border or something there, like a designer series paper. Okay, so that's the one angle. And now, okay, I'm just going to peel that off. We're going to crisscross diagonal. So we have that. Okay, that was one angle. And now we're going to go like, okay, let me think. That way? Possibly. Yeah. Okay. Now I don't have the angles exactly right, but that's why I would put the tape there once I got it exactly right. But that looks pretty good to me. We're just experimenting. It's only paper. Don't anybody get their panties in a bunch. It's only paper. Oh, that is a little tight. Right? See what I mean about your plates getting warped? And when that happens, I just keep turning my plates the other way. And sometimes I just stick it in there like that to try to get them unwarped. Oh, wow. That came out so cool. Okay, so I love your suggestions, you guys. Oops. Okay, wait to get in there where we don't rip the paper. I love your suggestions about trying the different angles because it makes me try new things. And it reminds me of that paper we have that's like a plaid. Look at how nice that is. There's like a plaid paper we had recently. So for this, I'd maybe put like, let me just grab some, like a different color. I'd put something in the background of it. So let's do a timid. Let's take a timid tiger. And we'll just cut, just a little. We're not going to glue this together. This is just experimenting with the 4 by 5.25. Okay. 4 by 5.25. This is, you could emboss the background too, but I'm just going to go like that and put it like that and put it like that. So that would make a really cool, background. I do like it. And it's a little more work though. And the thing is, like, when you do the regular embossing, if you notice, like the way these also like sort of, some of the dots overlap each other, when you put them, so some of the dots double, like these double dots don't really matter as much when you do the double dots. But when you do the double dots on these, it seems to make it like a little wobbly. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. I still like it. I like the straight, but I'm kind of digging this one. I'm kind of digging the angle, just one angle. Like I think if I'm going to do it diagonal, what I mean is I'm going to just do it like once diagonally. But I like when I do it both like ways on this one because it makes it look really like cool looking embossed in the background. All right. Well, that is all. Thank you for experimenting with me and for hanging out with me. We'll catch you again next weekend. Just be sure that you shop or join on the 6th of May. paperchef.stampinup.net when this catalog goes live. We'll walk through it next weekend together, and we'll look at some other samples. All right, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great evening.